Here is my theory with baby mamas. Problematic baby mamas. Once they see that they baby daddy's life did not go to shit the way that they hoped it did when they split, all hell will always seem to break loose. They will stop at nothing to make the father miserable, to make him jump through hurdles for his child, to be difficult at every moment for that father. Doesn't matter how good of a dad he is. Doesn't matter how unproblematic he is. They stop at nothing to make that father's life miserable. Why? Oh, and don't let that father move on with a good woman. Let's talk about it. You can 100% guarantee that the baby mama is almost never going to like the baby daddy's girlfriend and or wife, especially if that wife or girlfriend cannot be manipulated with their tactics, because that girlfriend or wife ain't scared of you. You don't intimidate her. When she sees
I think, yeah, I completely agree with what she's saying. And before we walk down that path, I think we can just say this is genderless. This is genderless comment. Right? I know she's specifically talking about bitter baby mamas, but we know, if we're just being fair, we try to be fair on this channel. Men do the exact same thing, right? To me, it always looks kind of more pathetic when a man is doing it and he's acting out in his sort of feminine energy there, where just because she's moved on or she won't be with you, then you act like this. But we'll keep it with what she's saying. This is just an indication that when you are unable, you're hurt, right? That's what it really is. You're hurt, and in order for you to lash out at that person, they're no longer within your sphere of control. There's one tether that still keeps you connected to this person, and that's your child. And that is the only way you can have that leverage to reach out and hurt them. You have this expectation because women often think, and this is just from the women that post stuff online, I'm saying this, that sometimes there's a thought that they're infallible in the relationship, that the relationship failed because of something he did. And that could be absolutely true. But when you don't hold space for the the truth that you may have been wrong and you may have contributed to it, it only makes sense that when he left and his life didn't collapse, there's a disconnect. So before we continue, guys, continue to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you won't miss new uploads. We're still trying to do 2 a day. So let's continue with this. And again, we're going to circle back. And I first time I came across this, I completely agreed with what she's saying. And in between the lines, it's really about that pain. It's really about the hurt. And again, that's genderless, right? I've witnessed people going through it, women going through it, because a man is just like, literally has said, if I can't be with you, then you can't do this with our child. I won't allow you to do this with our child. Having very little desire to actually be a father and raise a child. And I've seen it on the other side. I've seen women just say, it's never in those conversations. It's always about pain. It's about hurt. It's never about, I'm doing this because I'm afraid his new partner is bad. No, don't have that B word around my child. Well, what do you know about her? Outside that, she is just now in a space where you feel that was once occupied for you. And the only way, again, the only way for you to reach out and hurt that person is through this child, is by restricting access, is by using the court system, is by dragging things out in the court. This is the only way I have left to reach out and hurt you. And because I'm hurt, because I'm so hurt, this is all I can do.
that man that moved on with a good woman that wasn't her. And again, I'm only talking about the baby moms. Only talking about the baby moms that are not over the father of their child. The ones that lives are not going well since that breakup. They pretty much have a terrible life, but the father of their child has a great life.
Right there, that's the clear indication that, most people are looking at say, yeah, you were the problem in the relationship. If if his life is better after you guys have broken up, even with everything you put him through, going through the courts or not let him see the child, his life is demonstrably better. Most people look and say, you may have been a problem. We see it in different forms, right? And the most poignant one is when you and the baby dad have been together for years, and he never married you. Yet the next person he gets with, they're married in 6 months. That's when it seems to resonate. That's when it seems to hit. And but it's still thrown on a sense like, how dare he waste my time and do all the things I always want him to do, but he does it with her. And there's more resentment, there's more heat, there's more hurt. And truly, if you were over this person, you would be indifferent to their movements. Whatever they were doing in their life was whatever they were doing in their life. It means nothing to you. You're just here to say, what can we do to make this co-parenting situation as best, as seamless, and as helpful for our child? That is now the only thing, the only bond that we have between us. And how dare I, and this is goes for both genders, how dare I put that child through any sort of pain? But we lose that when we're in pain. We lose that. And again, this is genderless. We lose that, and all we care is about the hurt. All we care is about hurting you, and sometimes the simplest way we can do that is just making your life difficult, not paying for your kids, food or the supplies they need, or the wardrobe, just because you want to hurt them. Even goes so as you see those clips come up now and again, where I think there was a woman saying that she couldn't pay the rent. Her and her new boyfriend couldn't pay the rent, so they wanted to stay with the baby daddy. And he's like, hell no, cool. Why don't you just give me the child? But no, this is my leverage. This is my pain point. This is what I think I can hit and hurt you. So no, even that in a situation like that, where it's very reasonable to say, just give that person the child while you figure out what you need to figure out. That makes sense. To be fair, I've seen videos on the other side where once she moves on with a great guy, that's all the guy can fixate on. Hey, I need help with this. Why don't you ask your new man? Why don't you ask him for that? This is your child. And when we're always talking about we don't want someone else to raise our kid, or you don't want to raise another man's kid, but you won't step up and actually raise your own kid, it's all because of a poor is a lack of emotional control, and you just want that other person to suffer. And that's just really what it is. When we have lost the plot, where we no longer care about the well-being of the child, what are we really doing here? What are we trying to accomplish? Is ruining a child, that didn't ask to be here, is ruining their life worth it to get back at your spouse who has moved on and said, this isn't serving me, this isn't good for me, this isn't healthy, I've now found someone else, I've moved, or even if they didn't find someone else, I just no longer want to be with you. That is so hurtful to some men, to some women, that reason, duty to the child falls out. That's the least important thing to them now. And all I do, all my life is surrounded by just trying to cause you some sort of pain. To me, that's the saddest form of existence. Let me know if you agree. If you think there's something worse, I want to hear it.